San Remo Stars ladies are battling for the remaining two playoff spots in Group B of the Nigeria Women Football League (NWFL). And of course, with 2 games left to play in the regular season. And we hear some players are being owed salaries, according to what we've gathered. Exclusively, interesting times, I tell you, for the most part. 3 months salaries. Players from Nigeria Retails, and it's really crazy at this point in time, And Paysetter Queens, Paysetter Queens, Nigeria Retails, the players are being owed salaries. 3 months, that's really crazy, isn't it, at this material time? I mean, it's 2 games to the end of the regular season. What's it like? And then, of course, Manchester United manager Michael Carrick has opened up on his future at the start, insisting he loves being at the club and is focused on helping the team keep improving. He's explained why he wants, Bruno, to play in attacking areas and all of that. But then he says, well, he's not even looking at the future. He's not even bothered about, what the future would be like. For him, he's saying, come on, the target is to ensure they finish well this very campaign in the Premier League, Manchester United. So he deserves the job, isn't it? Michael Carrick already, he deserves the job. Should I even consider bringing in any other manager, any other head coach at Manchester United other than Michael Carrick? And AS Monaco midfielder Paul Labille Pogba has said that Manchester United midfielder and captain Bruno Fernandes would be, a Ballon d'Or winner if he played for a dominant side like Manchester City. Will Bruno Fernandes really have won the Ballon d'Or if he had played for Manchester City? That time we welcome you to Soccer Fan Zone on your 5th dial, Wave 91.7 FM. I'm Danny Mino, the voice of trust and that mayor you probably need. They call me Patrick the Locker, that homeboy that's never at home. I lock around 247-365. I'm your host and guide. The show is interactive. You can join the discourse via WhatsApp on 070-4000-1783. So you get through to us via WhatsApp. And that's 070-4000-1783. We'll open up the phone lines later on to get a thought on this side. So now, let's get started already. But then before then, let's tell you that, I'd like to tell you that Victor Charles is right here. He joined us this morning.
Yes, Patrick, good morning, Port Harcourt, and good morning, everybody. We're gradually bringing the NWFL to a close, and Patrick, so much has been going on in the league, and we can't wait to receive the rest of women's football lovers here in Port Harcourt. The Super Six will take center stage. I hope to see you in the Super Six.
I mean, why not now? So, Goodluck is also here.
Good morning to the beautiful people of Port Harcourt City. How you're doing? We want to hear from you. Just stay tuned and be entertained and educated.
So now, let's start off from the home front, where, according to what we've gathered, 2 teams from the Nigeria Women Football League, the NWFL, are yet to be paid salaries. I mean, players are yet to be paid salaries and match bonuses for the past 3 months and counting. 3 months and counting. This was made known, to us. It's an exclusive one, anyways. So interesting times from both camps. It's frustrating, and the players are not happy. 2 games left to play in regular season. The 2 teams we're talking about are Niger Rattles of Abuja and Paysetter Queens of Oyo State, respectively. Interestingly, the last season, something quite similar happened. Between Benue clubs, Lobby Stars, and Benue Queens, which led to the relegation of both teams. So, Victor Charles, really crazy, interesting times. You know this already. And then salaries being owed for 3 months and counting. It's not. I mean, it's really, really disheartening, I'll say.
Very frustrating, like you rightly pointed out. These things has been going on for years and years. We've been covering the NPFL, we've been covering the NWFL, and yesterday evening I was privileged to, alongside one of our colleagues, we were privileged to talk to the assistant coach of Paysetters Football Club of Ibadan, or your state-based club side, that just gained promotion this season. This is their first top flight experience in the Nigeria Women's Football League, Patrick. And according to what we gathered, the coach did not deny the allegation, the fact that the management of the club, the Oyo State government, are owing these players for the past 3 months. She said this is true, and it's true, but the management are working towards
That's what they always say.
They're working around the clock according to her for these players to be paid, and also the technical crew are still owed to. And again, what baffles me is that a certain team, Nigeria Tales, is being run by the same chairman who happens to be the chairman of Benway Queens and Lobby Stars, respectively.
It feels like he enjoys owing
players. And last season, to trust you to know that some of the players that played for Benway Queens after the relegation of that team moved to Peseta.
Because of his influence, he had to remove them down there.
And you see they owe them to Peseta.
That's his.
So went to other clubs in the league.
So that's like
it's like a lifestyle. And one of the players, I won't mention any name presently, from one of the teams, now said,
so that they don't go on further.
Yeah, because they threaten the players not to grant
journalists
interviews because they don't want. Two players from Robo Queens also mentioned the same thing, that a couple of seasons ago this was what was going on. So it's been a lifestyle, yes, a trend,
a bad norm,
a trend, and these are the things that is taking the league backward. Patrick, the question is, how do we come out of this mess? For God's sake, you pay salaries. They pay players in the end of play for 60,000 naira a month. It's a slap. These girls are breadwinners, for God's sake, and it's so bad that some of the players had to wait for some players in the NWFL that plays for teams like Rivers Angels, Bayelsa Queens, and some of the big like Edo Queens and National Mason, who are friends with them to, take small now, take manage yourself, take augment yourself. It's bad. Patrick is giving a bad name to our league.
See,
it's bad.
And what they do is they stifle you. Alright, so they stifle you.
You have no options.
Imagine the chairman of a side who know if he do anything. He couldn't, if he performed, and then his team got relegated. He moved to another, he got another team as chairman. He moved those players to the same team. I understand. If salaries don't come from him directly, but then if there's how you go about these things, and then you would ensure that the players are, these things will definitely come out. It's not about moving players from here to here. I know even the chairman is being owed salaries. If you check, they say they want, but he has his, for real now. But he has his own way of, getting small, choppings. Yeah. Definitely, clearly he's got, because through, they run the club on a daily, yeah.
On a daily basis.
This one, that one, funds for this, you go cut small. Clearly, I'm saying this because I know for a fact. Clearly, I'm saying with authoritatively, like I know I'm telling you for a fact that's what they do. So they have their own ways of getting their choppings because of that position. Fair enough. They do that, and then you have these players. So the thing is, it's crazy. The girl child is delicate. The girl child needs proper attention. Now, for these ones, they've said, instead of going into doing some crazy things,
let's play football.
And it's honest hustle. In senior clients, they're well paid. Even if you go to even a Ghanaian, top division, of course they pay really well now. They'll pay you well, like indoors, and then they pay you if you convert that to naira. Yeah. It's way you can't really you can't even compare. Right now, personally, because me, I'm very much into scouting all of these talents and also projects. So there are some players we are currently working on. If you pull through for them, very well, I'll be glad. There are I've got 2 players right now. So spoke with them this morning. If it works out, maybe there's something. So my point is, if these players I love seeing them getting deals outside the shores of Nigeria, because Nigeria is a crime scene. I'll tell you, for the most part, Nigeria is a crime scene. All right. So because Nigeria could lead you to depression. It's a crime scene. I see. That's not. Nigeria is a crime scene.
It's not funny. No. It's not funny.
No, let's not.
It's just the truth.
It's laughable. Someone said it's a cloud. Nigeria is a comic scene.
It's the truth. If
it's
you want this league,
if
you get depressed.
See, truth is, Nigeria is a crime scene. For the most part. Let's not. When we laugh, it's as if we try. That's not. I'm not sure. I'm saying it for what it's worth. See, they stifle you, they owe you, they tell you, don't talk to, if you talk to the media, if you dare talk, they don't cut you off, they don't do this, don't do that, and then they ask you.
And there's no professional contract.
That's what they do now. That's what
there's no equity and there's
fairness. What's the players' union? The players' union association.
Which one is the players' union?
The players don't get the basic
association.
Which one is
in the NPFL, we have the former
leave those ones
running their
leave those ones now.
We don't have it in the NWFL. I mean, somebody comes out to speak for the male folks.
So Charles, wait first now. Which are you? Are you just got to Nigeria?
No, I'm saying
I
that.
wait now. You know, I'm not. Don't say anything. Are you a Nigerian?
Yes, we've been following the league for years.
Are you sure you've been following the league?
Yes, for
So
years.
why are you telling me players union? Which players union care? How does that affect? You know, what have they done? Players in the MPFL are also being owed salaries and bonuses, match bonuses. I know for a fact, and you're telling me players union care. Players union call. I don't understand. Players union. There's no players. There's nothing like that. Bunch of jokers hovering around and all of that, and then you say when they give them small thing, they close mouth and then they move on. And you say players union. There's no players union.
Now, I'm asking that. What is the
There's
essence
no-
of that union?
There's no union.
There's no
That's
union.
not what you
Then they
say.
should disband it.
I'm saying I'm still asking. Are you a Nigerian? You're
Yes,
saying
I am.
there's no player. There's nothing like players union. There's nothing like that. And you're saying they
But Patrick,
disband.
what is the way forward? How do we come
The
out
way
of
forward
this?
is this one's a bunch of jokers. Nigerians are not ready. Because if you're ready, your sister, some of these people listening to us, their sisters are footballers. You have some coaches, some administrators
Someone
and
is
all.
connected.
So the Nigerians are not ready. When they're ready, we go no. They're not ready. Sit there and tell you, and then you have, for instance, a sports commission. You have someone who's heading that very position. You have the FA, the FA chairman. You have the secretary. You have all of these people. Now those in your LGA. Since if our government is sponsor, what's your local government chairman doing as follow up? Because his sports not part of his
Administration.
His administration.
his administration. Hasn't he got that thing to promote sports to ensure that everything is up and running? So if, for instance, what are they doing? What influence?
Absolutely nothing.
The honorables. What you hear is honorable, my leader, okay. You're not leading me, you're leading yourself. Jokers everywhere. What are they doing? The House of Assembly people,
members.
the House of Reps. What are they doing? Aren't they aware that the
There's a
welfare?
committee on sports now. There's a committee on sports.
Aren't they aware that the welfare of these players is key? And then the way forward is that these people, unless you begin to hold them
Some
accountable.
of them cried for you. Some of the players.
Which one
cried
is
for
some
you.
of them? You don't tell. I'm telling you, I know this. What are you telling me now?
On a
You're
daily
saying-
basis, if you
say-
see most of them come, they
Which-
chat me up privately and they cry.
What
and
are
they
you
say, "This
saying
is
now?
the
You sound
situation
like
we face."
I'm from.
No,
I'm from.
no,
like, I
I'm
don't know
telling you,
this place.
it pains my heart. That's where I'm driving at. I
It's-
know you're also
Don't
in the
leave.
business.
Let's
and
not
they
forget.
come to
see,
you as well.
the thing is
It's
terrible.
painful.
Some players in the MPFL, I will not go mention him. But I sometimes say a small thing. For real now, like me, we don't even get. What are we saying now? Are we going forward or what? When you say, when you talk, they say, why you talk like
Why you
this?
talk?
Bunch of jokers. Come on, there shouldn't be anything like a league.
Absolute jokers.
There shouldn't be anything like NPFL. There shouldn't be anything like.
NWFL.
There's
They're
no.
just using it to steal more money.
This one is
Absolutely.
just to follow others because others are doing it. You want to follow.
Let's feel
There's
among-
nothing like just wannabes. We are just bunch of wannabes. They won't be like. There's nothing there for head. Just wickedness and vibes and inshallah. That's just what they have in their heads. Wickedness, vibes and inshallah. Personally, their personal vibes. Alright. Anyways, let's step on the brakes to pay some bills. When we return, we'll look at some more reliving stories. Reliving stories. It's Soccer Fans on Wave 91.7 FM. Stay here.